anybody going into ministry should consider taking on a retail position, even for a short time, maybe while they're in seminary, because I think it will shift their worldviews, the type of people they'll be working with, the type of demands retail places upon an employee is just, it's nothing like it.
Now, what did you do?
I started out, everybody at Apple starts out from ground zero, and they groom you into either a specialist or a genius. In my position, they hired me because I was a pastor, and they were grooming me into a pastoral role as an Apple mentor. And so what that means is I was in charge of setting up the environment and being able to provide employees a way to, learn the Apple way, know it well, and if they needed counseling, if there was conflicts amongst employees, I would be the one stepping in and taking care of that. And it was awesome. It's a pastor, it's really neat. But I say worldview shifting because in retail you just come across so many different kinds of people that you don't normally come across in church, definitely. Just even being in a corporate environment, a lot of people are similar. And, if you're in a mall or you're as big as Apple, you get a lot of different kinds of people from all walks of life, and that's just so valuable, I think. In my particular situation, in the mall that I was at, I came across so many teenagers. It's Jersey mall culture, but I came across all these teenagers, and I was in youth ministry at the time, and I thought I knew youth. But coming across all these teenagers working in a retail environment, it was like nothing I've ever come across.
So what's the difference between church youth group teenagers versus the rest of the teenagers that you met?
Well, a lot of these youth, they're not church.
Besides that.
But also, they're kind of like not your typical high school kid too. They might be, your fringe kids in high school, and nobody hangs out with them. Maybe they're alternative in their schools.
Now, what did the Apple Store have that drew them?
Well, what was cool about the Apple Store is not only did we have kids working at Apple, but people would come to Apple to maybe just hang out, use the internet. It was an awesome draw. Everybody at that time needed to check their mail or just want to surf on their break. So we got
use photo booth.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was the MySpace time. So everybody's checking out the MySpace. So you get to know a lot about them, on their MySpace page and whatnot. And I would walk around and hey, please don't use MySpace here. But we get into these conversations, and they would actually let me have access to their MySpace pages, or they'll let me into their lives. And it was just so eye-opening because sexually, it was something really new to me. Their views on sexuality, I would say 85% of the teenagers that I met were all professing bisexuals, men and women. And I was wow, I don't think I've ever met a bisexual in just a normal situation. Especially in church, I had some kids that struggled with homosexuality and whatnot, but then this was just a whole new experience to me, and I didn't know what to think. It was just kind of open and really just practicing. Part of being a mall employee too is the dating scene. You just kind of meet these other mall employees and hook up and whatnot. It's just a whole new world. And I had to learn how to figure out how to view that from the lens of the gospel and speak to them in love and with the impact of the gospel. It's just
Do you love Apple more now that you work there, or have you become disillusioned?
A little bit of both. No, I love Apple. I don't think I could ever not. It's an amazing company. Definitely the way they do things, people have to pay attention to it, both in the corporate world and if you're a consumer, you have to pay attention to it. But in the church world, they do a lot of things that are just, maybe what the church should be doing. Embracing this idea, how to create a family, how to create a loyal customer, how to evangelize. They get things. They use a lot of similar church language too. You have your Mac evangelists. There's this idea of a family room that's created in Apple stores. It's like welcome to a family, go from point A to point B, and to get more into the Apple way, the Apple products, get deeper and deeper into the retail store. And some things to pay attention to.